Hi everyone. Welcome to day 32 of Watching Me Learn Spanish. It's yet another day of me feeling under the weather, so today I'm gonna limit my session to 2 tracks of language transfer and then just read through the text that I have, just like I did the other days. I'm disappointed that this week isn't as productive as all the other weeks because the text I created seemed a lot easier to get through than the previous texts. Um, but that's the way it is. Gotta kind of keep on chugging forward, even though you can't be as productive as always want to be. So let's get into the 2 tracks of language transfer.
What was tonight in Spanish? Tonight?
Esta noche.
Esta noche.
Esta noche, good, this night. And we can use this as a hook to work out the other thises and that's and these and those that we might need. So, esta noche, which tells us that noche is what kind of noun? What gender?
Female.
Feminine.
Feminine, good. And what if you wanted to say that night?
Esa noche.
What do you do to esta to get that?
Esa.
Esa, good. Take away the T, good. So that night?
Esa noche.
Esa noche.
Esa noche. And those nights?
Esas noches.
Esas noches.
Esas noches. Good. The word for man is hombre. 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 Hombre.
Hombre.
Good. How would you say this man?
Esta hombre.
Este hombre.
You think hombre is a feminine word?
No, este hombre.
Este hombre. Good. That man?
Ese hombre.
Good. You can also say el hombre este, el hombre ese to say this man or that man in Spanish, which might be a structure taken from Arabic because in Arabic you don't really have to be in the present tense. So you can't say this man because you would understand from it that this is a man. So in Arabic it's the same. Rogda, el hombre este. As I mentioned before, when languages come into contact, like the 800 years between Spanish and Arabic, they don't just share vocabulary. How would you say these men? Nothing, please.
Esos. No. These. Esos hombres.
Present tense, so you can't say el hombre este. As I mentioned before, when languages come into contact, like the 800 years between Spanish and Arabic,
Estos hombres.
good, estos hombres. So with este, we have the e of el hombre, este hombre, and with estos, we have the os of los hombres, estos hombres, these men. How about those men?
Esos hombres.
Esos hombres. Good. So this means that we have este and esta for this when we're referring to a masculine noun or a feminine noun. But sometimes we say this just generally. No? Oh, I can't believe this. We don't mean a specific noun when we say I can't believe this. So we have like a neuter this that is not masculine or feminine. And that one is esto. So, creer is to believe, creer with 2 E's. How would you say I don't believe this?
No. No esto creer.
No creo esto.
Good. No creo esto. Good.
No creo
I don't
esto.
believe this. How would you say I don't like anything more than this? In Spanish you will say nothing pleases me more than this. Nothing pleases
No me gusta nada más que esto.
me more than this. I don't like anything more than this.
No me gusta nada más
Nada
que esto.
me gusta más que esto.
Good. Nada me gusta más que esto. How would you say nothing pleased me more than that? I didn't
Nada me gustó más que esto.
like anything more than that. Nothing pleased me more than that.
Nada me gustó.
Nada me gusta
Nothing pleased me.
Me gustó.
Nada me gustó más que eso.
Good. Nada me gustó más que eso. Nothing pleased me more than that. I didn't like anything more than that. Nada me gustó más que eso. Tan in Spanish means so, like in the sense of so tired. Tan, T-A-N. How would you say so tired?
Tan cansado.
Tan cansado.
Good. So how would you say I was so tired? And we mean a line in time.
Es día? No. What was it? Es día?
Estaba tan cansado.
Estaba tan cansado.
And you being feminine?
Cansada.
Good. Estaba tan cansada. What if you wanted to say, we were so tired that we slept all day? So, first bit is we were so tired. Let's be a mas...
We. Estábamos tan cansados que dormimos todo el día.
Masculine or mixed group. We were so tired.
Estábamos tan cansados.
Good. Estábamos tan cansados that we slept all day. So what is this that? Que. Estábamos tan cansados que we slept all day. Now, all day is all the day. You remember how is day?
El día.
Día.
Día. And the day?
La día.
It would be, but el día. It ends in A, but it's masculine. So all day is all the day. How would it be?
Todo el día.
Toda.
It's masculine.
Todo el día.
We were so tired that we slept all day. We were so tired that we slept all day.
Estábamos
tan cansados que dormimos todo el día.
Very good. Estábamos tan cansados que dormimos todo el día. So, dormimos could be we slept or we sleep. We know it's the same in the present. But estábamos tan cansados gives us our context, so we understand that, of course, it refers to past. Estábamos tan cansados que dormimos todo el día. How would you say, we were so tired when we arrived that we slept all day? So, we were so tired.
Estábamos tan cansados cuando llegábamos que dormimos todo el día.
Estábamos tan cansados
When we arrived,
cuando llegamos
that we slept all day.
Que
dormimos todo el día.
Good. Estábamos tan cansados cuando llegamos que dormimos todo el día. So here in this sentence we have llegamos and dormimos. That could be past or present. No? But estábamos brings us into the context right from the beginning. Estábamos tan cansados cuando llegamos que dormimos todo el día. So we said that when was? Cuando. And how much is cuánto with a T. Cuánto. How do you say again, like another time?
Otra vez.
Otra vez. Good. So you could say how many times? How would that be? How many times?
¿Cuántas veces? ¿Cuántas veces?
¿Cuántas veces? Good. We know it's feminine because we said otra vez and not otro vez. So we can, if we have a word like this, where it's not obvious what is the gender, we need to look back to somewhere that we used it. Otra vez? Oh, okay, it's feminine. ¿Cuántas veces? Good. How would you say, I don't know how many times I visited him? I don't...
No sé cuántas veces que lo visité.
No, how many times I visited him.
No sé cuántas veces
I visited him.
lo visité.
No sé cuántas veces lo visité. I don't know how many times they visited him. I don't know how many times they visited him.
No sé cuántas veces lo visitaron.
No sé cuántas veces los visitaron. Oh, him. Lo visitaron.
Good. No sé cuántas veces lo visitaron. And what if you wanted to say, I don't know how many times they visited her?
No sé cuántas veces la visitaron.
Good. No sé cuántas veces la visitaron.
Next track.
So now we have a panorama of times in Spanish. We've seen all of the different times. We can find will, would, the present, the pasts, the have tenses. Maybe some of these we're clearer on than others, but we've learned how to find what we might think we don't know and how to analyze the language so that through listening to Spanish we can reinforce the language that we've learned and bring it to the surface and pick up again anything that we might have forgotten along the way. But there is one more tense to learn in Spanish. One more very important tense in Spanish, and
The
personally it's my
subjunctive.
favorite thing about Spanish. In Spanish we have what we can call a mood tense, the subjunctive tense in grammatical terminology, but we will call it the mood tense because it's a tense that just shows mood. Now, you might be interested to hear that we also have it in English. Now, we don't use it as much in English as we do in Spanish, but it is there. For example, in English you can say, it is important that you are here, or it is important that you be here. So, it's important that you are here sounds more everyday, let's say, more casual. It's important that you be here. That gives us a different feeling. It feels more serious. It feels more imperative. How are we achieving that feeling? We're using be instead of you are. We are using you be. It's important that you be here. Another example of how English uses this mood, I might say, had I gone, I would know. Had I gone, I would know. Now, had I, that inversion of I had to had I, usually is to make a question. Had you gone already, for example? But here it's not a question. Had I gone, I would know. Here we are creating a mood tense. We are saying, if I had gone, with had I gone. We also say, not only is it, for example, not only is it a problem, it's the biggest problem. Not only is it, again, is what we do to make a question, but here it's not a question. Not only is it a problem, it's the biggest problem. So the changing of the order of is and it gives us this mood tense here in English as well. So we don't need to analyze too much how it works in English because there's not so much correlation between English and Spanish about how it works. It's used much more extensively in Spanish, but the idea is not completely alien to us. In Spanish, it's a very common thing that will allow you and oblige you to perceive and to express the world in a certain way. Now, to form the mood tense, to form the subjunctive tense in Spanish is very easy, and we don't need to learn any new sounds to do it. All we do is we switch between the verbs. With our verbs, we will use the er endings, and with er verbs, we will use the ar verb endings. And that's how we build this tense. So, for example, how is to speak?
Hablar.
Hablar.
And how is he speaks?
Habla.
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 Sorry, habla. Habla.
Habla, good. The accent there at the beginning. Habla. Now, if you want to make this the mood tense, we will switch groups. Verbs from the R group use er endings, and verbs from the er group use R endings. So, how would you make habla in the mood tense?
Hable.
Hable.
Hable. Good. So, you have they speak,
Hablan. Hablan.
Hablan.
hablan. And the mood tense version will be
Hablen.
Hablen.
hablen. Good. How is I speak?
Hablo.
Hablo.
Hablo. Of course, if we go from hablo in the R group and we go to ir, we will still have hablo. We will change an O for an O. So we don't do that. Hablo will also become hable. So again, we have a situation where I jumps in with he, she, it, and you formal. So hable can also be the mood tense for I.
Hable.
What is we speak?
Hablamos.
Hablamos.
Hablamos. And the mood tense of we speak?
Hablemos.
Hablemos.
Hablemos. Good. We are using the not that odd I that pops up with the ear verbs in the present. No, like vivimos, salimos, hemos for the mood tense. Hablemos. What was to eat?
Comer.
Comer.
Comer. I eat?
Como.
Como.
Como. But the mood tense version would be?
Coma. Coma.
Good. Comma. And what else can comma mean then?
He.
He, she, it version of the mood tense.
Good. And new formal. Very good. They eat, normal tense, present tense?
Comen.
Comen.
Comen. And the mood tense?
Coman.
Coman.
Coman. Good. So it's going to be great to practice this mood tense because, of course, you have to first think what the verb should be and then you switch it. So we're going to have a nice practice mentally in our mental exercises of the tenses that we already learned whilst we are building the mood tense. So the use of the mood tense we can divide between obligatory and optional. There are some situations in which we absolutely must use the mood tense, otherwise it will be considered an error. It will sound incorrect and distract from what we're saying. And then there are cases where the use of the mood tense is optional. You can use it to give a different meaning or a different flavor or a different feeling, which is the much more exciting area where it's optional. But the obligatory uses will allow us a very important exposure to the feeling of the mood tense. So now we're going to look at some examples. In English, when you say, I want you to wait, I want you to wait, this is quite a peculiar structure in English. And it's not really translated in this way in many other languages. I want you to wait. In most other Romance languages, at least, it's translated as I want that you wait. This is how we would say it in French or Portuguese or Italian. So, I want you to wait is I want that you wait. Now, this you wait is going to be in the mood tense when we are expressing what we want. In this way, we will use the mood tense. We are putting our subjectivity onto the world when we say, I want that. And following this that, we will use the mood tense. So how would you say, I want you to wait? I want that you wait, informally.
Quiero que.
So I want remains the same and it's quiero. That is que. And then you wait becomes espere. Oh, sorry, esperes.
Good. Altogether, I want that you wait.
Quiero que esperes.
Good. Quiero que esperes.
Quiero que
So if you say quiero que esperas, here it would be considered an error. This is an obligatory use of the subjunctive of the mood tense. Quiero que esperes. I want you to wait for him, or I want you to wait for it.
Quiero que lo esperes.
Quiero que lo esperes.
Good. Quiero que lo esperes. I want you to wait for it or for him. Very good. Do you want me to wait? So first let's find the in-between sentence. Give it to me in English, how we will say it in Spanish. Do you want?
¿Quieres que I wait? Espere. Quiero que espere.
Want me to wait?
Do you
Yes.
want that I wait for
¿Quieres que espere?
you?
You made it more complicated. It's just, do you want that I wait? But let's put it. So, do you want me to wait for you? Give me that one. Do you want me to wait for you? And let's speak informally.
¿Quieres que espere? ¿Quieres que te espere?
¿Quieres que te espere?
Very good. ¿Quieres que te espere? And of course, this could mean, do you want me to wait for you? Do you want him to wait for you? Do you want her to wait for you? So if we wanted to clarify how would we do that? Do you want me to wait for you?
Yo.
¿Quieres que yo te espere?
Very good. ¿Quieres que yo te espere?
¿Quieres que yo te espere? Okay, done with that. Gonna just read through my text. Nuestro viaje a España. Ahora mismo en enero en Berlín, donde yo vivo, y el tiempo es terrible. Todos los días está nublado y hace frío. Al amanecer es a las 9 y el atardecer a las 4. De diciembre a febrero siempre es oscuro aquí. La oscuridad me cansa. También hace demasiado frío para que mi hijo juegue fuera. Dicho esto, decidimos viajar al sur de España para estar en un lugar cálido. Iremos allí el mes que viene. Volaremos a Valencia y nos quedaremos allí una semana. Ya conocemos bastante bien la ciudad porque pasamos allí 3 meses el año pasado. Estamos encantados de volver. Quiero visitar la misma cafetería al que iba cuando vivíamos allí. Espero que trabajen las mismas personas. Tal vez se acuerden de mí. También reuniremos con algunos amigos. Los estamos deseando. Vamos a alquilar un coche en Valencia y conduciremos hasta Alicante. Nunca hemos estado allí y nunca he conducido en España. Me preocupa un poco, pero estaremos bien. Alicante es conocida por sus playas. El agua es clara y la arena blanca. No sé qué tipo de comida se come en Alicante, pero supongo que comen mucho pescado. Pasaremos una semana allí y luego volveremos a Valencia. Dormiremos en un hotel porque nuestro vuelo sale muy temprano a la mañana siguiente. Alright, as I said before, I gotta wrap it up early because I'm sick. It may be that virus that is going around. Glad that language transfer covered the subjunctive because I've seen it in some of the texts that I've written and didn't know how it was conjugated. I have a sense of how it's used from French, but let's hope it's the same in Spanish. So, sorry for the short lesson today, but